mortar shells he sent us after the war. We have them on our shelves, ornamental, but he is dead. Aren't we lucky we forget? My father fought for another empire in New Guinea in his youth. He fought for nothing. Nothing did he get. Aren't we lucky we forget? And when it came to Vietnam, I was conscientious in my objections. Same with Iraq, same with Afghanistan. I am a civilian. Aren't we lucky we forget to count them? All praise to the veterans. All praise to the veterans of peace demonstrations, to the healers and doctors and nurses who bind the wounded, to the diplomats who avoid all wars and all civil strife, to the philosophers and meditators who focus on peace, to all those civilians who keep us fed and clothed and warm, to the families who bond and build in love and harmony, to the students still seeking ways to follow elders peacefully, and you, dear listeners, and you, dear writers, as you embark on this Veterans Day, may the poppies that you grow remind you of the value of your own life and the life of every fallen and every peaceful spirit rising. I hereby declare unilateral peace. You can do as you choose. I shall witness this world within and seek to harmonize without causing harm to another human being. Not that this is possible, just like living in this moment, yet it's the trajectory aligned that determines the target. And I wish to associate with you similar like souls as we cause no harm, yet still eat meat and kill fire ants, bugs, flies and mosquitoes. Contradictions become us. We're so apartheid bound. Unity meets cynicism and evaporates. Divisions settle in for the duration. So many wars outside our doors and within. Who has the time for dark mirrors? My friend was in Somalia and he killed, came back and he fought. He ended up in prison. And finally realised that violence may not be his best mode. So he became a person who works healing the PTSD of other people like him. And that guy in Pittsburgh who killed, he was a full-scale military man. Our only enemy is a military culture, which is an oxymoron. Self-healing wounded warriors. To be exposed to killing is an act of self-mutilation. Bringing those wars back home to us makes for a domestic front. Anger fulminates in unexpressed ways. Violence punches out all those close to us. Wars rage within us and ways are near to defuse these timed bombs. It does not do to arm up and kill us civilians, even if this happened overseas, still less to cause harm to one's loved ones. Violence has two cutting edges. The holder of the weapon kills himself as soon as he kills another. Poetry is one key to the door of self-expression. It opens one's heart to the possibilities of healing, of assuaging guilt and anger, of finding equilibrium by language and its effects upon others, stronger than bullets and bombs, able to convince the innocent and the guilty, a process of self-integration and release, the way the flowers of language become better than any blood poppies or funeral bouquets. Let us heal all hurt. Let it begin now. Write out your grief, release your sorrows. And this is the uses of metaphor. The rain outside us now is itself a metaphor. Depression, seasonal affective disorder, floods followed by fires. The list of casualties are many and various. Walt Whitman healed those Civil War wounded. William Carlos Williams was a doctor. Wallace Stevens sold insurance. After hours, one moon waits for you poets, another for science fictioneers. It's not the same moon. Lovers versus scientists. Astrology versus astronomy, like Vatican II and Pope Francis, like theocracy versus autocracies. Classic cars versus antique cars. Classic Coke versus Mexican. Journalists shot by drug cartels, harassed by politicians. Bodies are found, students, women and warriors. Another massacre asks the obvious puppet, who has the keys to your gun cabinet? A bird has a beak but carries no sidearms. A cat has claws but no assault rifle. A dog bites you but will not cause mass casualties. Evolution is now in reverse. We are back to the stoned age. Too lazy to fight, too tired to change. This is why we demonstrate, to keep us awake, aware, answering the metaphorical question, what is up on this day that will keep us totally human? Minority Report. I hereby confess to liking Willie Nelson, Beto, Senator Bernie Sanders, Senator Elizabeth Warren, Congressman Lloyd Doggett, Laura Morrison, Tony Padillo, and a cavalcade of private souls whose naming to you might endanger their lives. I actually like universal health care. I grew up with it, and it works. I like managed migration. I'm legal, but it took years and lots of money. B1 visas, sheltering all homeless and food banks. I live in a world of competing interests, scooters versus skateboards, trains versus buses, when what we need is all of the above. I like compassion, cooperation and gratitude. I want to live in a world of love. And that's why when they say time is short, I want to thank you for your positive listening response. You open my world like a window. I walk through the open door of your eyes. I feel at ease in the sunshine of your smile, rest easy in your warmth and welcome. By myself, I become smaller, I become less. With you, I become enlarged, I become connected. Thank you for your weaving the tapestry of our creativities together, listening and responding on one breath. This breath is shared and sweet, for which I thank you. It's what we all need to link.